As Daniel Perez. This is Shinzo Abe, Prime Minister of Japan since 2012. Well, the word is he is going to announce his resignation, in fact, imminently in the next hour or two. Japanese media reporting that Mr. Abe is going to step down due to ill health. He's had 2 hospital visits in the last week or so. It was just last week that he became Japan's longest-serving Prime Minister. Let's speak to our correspondent Mariko Oi, who's following this story for us. Sudden flurry here, Mariko, of reports that Shinzo Abe is going to go. Doesn't look like there's much doubt about it. What have you heard?
Well, David, I have to say there have been some speculations ahead of this media report. As you said, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is holding a press conference at 5 p.m. Local time when, according to local media, he is going to announce his resignation. But because of that hospital visits that he had twice in the last 2 weeks, there have been a lot of speculations. And because when he first served as a prime minister back in 2006 and 2007, he also suddenly resigned because of a rare intestinal disease. He has since said that he could overcome the disease because of a new drug, but there have been some reports that his health has deteriorated, and therefore that's why when he visited the hospital twice, once he spent 7.5 hours, and after that he said it was just a regular checkup, but that didn't stop media and a lot of commentators from speculating about his health, and he is expected to address those health concerns later today, and that's when local media say that he is going to announce his resignation.
Right. I mean, a bit of a dip on the Nikkei. It's affected the yen to the dollar as well. I mean, there is an impact there, even if it's not too dramatic.
Yes, well, one analyst that I've been speaking to when it was all rumoured and speculated, he said that whoever replaces Mr. Abe, the economic policy probably won't change that much. And that's probably why we haven't seen that much of a major move in the stock market or in the currency market. But at the same time, as you can imagine, a lot of speculations on who is going to replace him. And the ruling party, the Liberal Democratic Party, has practically governed Japan continuously, except for a couple of years back in 2009. And there's so many different factions within the ruling party. So some of the closest allies to Mr. Abe includes the country's chief cabinet secretary, Mr. Suga, as well as the country's deputy prime minister, who's also a finance minister, Taro Aso, who has been a prime minister in the country before. But there are other names like the country's defense minister and others as well. So a lot of speculations going on, but I don't think from the investors' point of view, I don't think they're expecting too much shift in Japan's policies. But having said that, Mr. Abe, he has become a really close ally of President Trump, for example, and also he's been working to improve relationship with some of the neighboring countries in Japan, especially China. So how if he was to resign indeed this evening, it would be interesting to see if there would be any changes to Japan's attitudes towards their allies and neighboring countries as well.
Indeed. OK, Mariko, thanks very much indeed for that. Just worth pointing out that his term in office continues till September 2021.